Was asked permission to show you something real quick. We're on a very tight time schedule, but he wanted to show you a quick something. So, go ahead.
Elders has to go. I might be 50 years of age. You know, always when you go through something like this, you really explain a few things.
You got the stage.
Hey, Larry. Tatum, come here. And David. Okay, stand right there. I need Donnie here. Where's the Michigan boy? You here? You stand right over there. This technique is so darn fast.
Well, that's Joey.
You guys be a little bit beginners. You're not going to be hit. But I learned this last night. I learned at the beginning of all you guys last night. That's what we do. You learned how to do it. And it's really good. It shows loyalty in everything. Okay. So the technique, what I do, you got your cameras ready? So you can see how fast it is? Okay. Are you ready? Ready? You ready? Yes, sir. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You want to see it again? Okay.
That was the best lesson I think.
Hey, wait a minute, it's not done. Oh, it's not done. Okay, I'm going to do it again. You see it? Yeah. And this is how it is. That's nice.
Education is there. All right? These guys are sharp. I mean, they're masters of what they do. They're not, they're very real and forthcoming with their knowledge. And it's been a pleasure when I met William, he was at Caltech.
Sure.
And walked on the mats, and yeah, he graduated from Caltech. And he told me he's from Caltech. And I said, how am I going to teach you? How am I going to approach you? And we did it on a kind of a scientific level, a little bit.
Start with theory and work from there.
Oh my gosh. He got me very interested into physics of the universe. Fascinating. And so, questions. Somebody had any questions? You wanted me to go over it?
I have a question. I was reading one time that it was able to develop power off the universal pattern. How to develop your strikes to power off the universal pattern?
Well, because it's a good question. When you are reverent to doing a form correctly, right? Or you teach them to do it. It doesn't mean that you are reverent to it when you get the treatment, right? Of course not. But it carries certain shapes, and it has certain areas within it that produces more power than other areas. Okay? Now, The form itself is reverent to who or what? Yourself. What's the form reverent to? The universal pattern. Okay, so what am I saying?
Good forms will increase your power.
Oh, who's the universal pattern? You. Okay. If I have, stand up, we're here with your back. If I draw a line straight through his head, straight down, where's the middle on him? Tell me when to stop.
There.
I'm not that short.
If I drew a line out this way, okay, what do I have?
Four squares.
Got a plus. Right. Now that I've gotten these lines, I can do anything to this, right? So if I took a line from here to here, and from here to here, I have a what?
X.
Okay, so if I turn him this way, that X becomes a what? A plus. So it's all perspective, right? Yeah. All right, now, if I took this line, put it here, this line, put it here, one here and one here, okay? And I put his arms out like this, and I have a triangle here, one here, two up here, a square here, what do I have? Universal pattern. So he is the pattern. You guys are the pattern. Okay? All right. So that's very important to understand. You gotta understand, you have to understand that you are the walking universal pattern. Okay? You are symmetrically aligned to yourself. Okay? Very important. You're symmetrically aligned to yourself. How many knew this? You didn't know this. But you should know that. Okay? If you live in this world, you should be born, and somebody say, by the way, you are symmetrically aligned to yourself, and you are also symmetrically aligned to what? Other people. Okay?
And one, we are one.
Exactly. All right? All right, so how many people live their lives in a symmetrical reality? You all do. But how many use that reality to enhance your physical efforts? Okay? Perfect example, if somebody doesn't understand their physiology and the relationship to themselves and they get in a fight, they're all out of the what?
Outside the round. Outside the round.
They're outside the round, okay? So they have taken themselves and put themselves in negative geometric shapes that are relative to the fight. It doesn't mean that if I go out of the pattern, that that's not just a bigger universal pattern. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Out of their pattern. Now you can stretch your pattern. Okay, you can stretch your geometric shapes that allow you to move as a human being. Okay? What would it be like if you didn't have height, width, and depth?
Two-dimensional.
Well, you wouldn't be so. Okay, you gotta have height, you have to have width, and what?
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't be alive, right? Now, why is it important to be alive?
When you were saying you can stretch your universal pattern, could you change it to an oval?
Yeah.
Change your pattern to an oval? After you change it to, okay.
You can stretch the pattern. You stretch the geometric shape. If you stretch one, do the other ones have to be stretched proportionately to it?
You bring that stretch pattern back in.
Yes. Okay? Does that make sense? Here it is right there. That's what you are. Okay? I have got him up there, you see the square, you see the plus, you see the other lines? That's what he is. Okay? Now, if you didn't have 3 dimensions, you couldn't live, nor could you make any what? Decisions. You would have nothing to, what?
Reference. You
You
gotta
couldn't
go
reference anything, couldn't you? Okay, what would you use as contrast to what you are? Okay, so we're in here in the studio, and you see all these universal patterns out there. Okay, some are bigger than others, and some are really big. Okay, and some are very small. How do you reference each other? What you're doing today. Okay? You are a universal pattern, and he or she is, and suddenly you're what?
Intertwined.
You're intertwined. Okay? Now, your job for a technique, if you're a cat, is to do what to their pattern? Disrupt it. Put those shapes in negative positions relative to themselves. But keep yourself in what? In a positive. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'm talking now through the universal pattern I'm speaking to you is I'm not saying, okay, she or he is this big or that big or so forth. He or she is a pattern. Okay? A very divine pattern. Very important. Very important. Very divine. All right, so when you, is that helping you?
Yes, yes.
Does that help a little bit?
Yes. What's another philosophical part of it?
Okay, all right.
That's neat.
It's a double-bladed. It's still philosophical, but it's true.
Yes. Yeah.
It's fact. Okay, it's fact. It's what you are. Okay. Now, if I have, what, can I borrow it for a second? Would you do the first move with thunder and hammer on just the block? Now, one, if he drops his knee down to the ground, he's going to be knee to heel. Go ahead. Drop the knee down. You see how that is? That's just the way it should be. And the reason it should be, he's geometrically aligned to himself, okay, and geometrically aligned to something else. Stand up. Now, if he turns that knee to the back of this knee into a closed knee, because he was geometrically aligned when he stepped into this guy, this becomes a what? A weapon. That's right. Okay? Now, if one did this, do your blocking, and he stepped in deep, real deep. Okay, now turn the knee. No, the other knee. That's supposed to work. It works. When I come from here, and if I step too deep, this works, but I'm not what? Because I'm not knee to heel. Okay? All right? Because one, naturally, after all his years, is knee to heel from the start. Everything else falls into alignment. Go ahead. Because they're both patterns. The difference between his pattern and his is what? This is positive.
And I'm in the negative.
He's in negative positive. But now here's the contradiction. He's negative to him, but he's not negative to the guy you're punching right here.
Positions are relative.
Huh?
Positions are relative.
Relative position.
That's the end of sleeper. He just
Yes.
dropped it and blasted it.
Okay. Wow. That hurt.
Too much thinking.
You guys, does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay? It's all relative in its perspective. Okay, I'm working with patterns. Okay, first move. Go. All right, next move, go. Wow, this is lined up for the kidney. Why?
Straight line, it's a straight line.
His target that presented himself?
No, what was the future, not the future, what was the first move? Okay, do the first move. Pass. Pass. Present. the future. Is that by design or accident? Okay, because universally, they're what? Aligned to each other. Okay? That makes sense? Okay. Now, so one doesn't have to worry about the other moves being aligned to each other as long as the first move is what?
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. Some guys, they get in there, and it looks great for movies. Okay? So I gave a guy a saw on a piece of wood years ago. He said, this is how I punch from here. I said, great. I said, put it over a sawhorse. I said, saw that board for me. And he couldn't. I said, well, saw it. So he went up there and he sawed it, and he was in a perfect way. Okay, did somebody have to teach him to go to knee to heel? It's inherent. But somebody else taught him, this is how I want you to fight. You can win trophies this way in katas. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't fight, nor do you saw a board that way. Would you saw a board like this? Like that?
Still need proper balance.
So the point I'm making, let's go back here. Let's do bicycles first. Now. That's what it is. Now, because one is still knee to heel, when he intercepted his knee and his punch, he was hit by all of his mass. Not just the weight of his limbs, but the mass that were fused to his what? The limbs that were fused to his mass, body mass. You see what I'm saying?
Sir.
So one, how much you weigh?
125 pounds.
It's like a lot more.
You gained some weight, bro.
Do it again, but don't go to the knee, just block the arm. That's still good. All right, it's good, but it's not 125 pounds good. Now do it the other way. That's 125 pounds, but it's more than 125 pounds. Why?
You added momentum.
Mass.
You factored in what? Acceleration. Okay. So how much does he have to weigh to make this work for him? It's the way he wants. It's the way he is. It's the way he is. Okay? All right. So does this make sense to you guys? Yes, sir. Okay, good. Give him a hand. Okay. Now you guys know when you're doing a form, what you are doing is you're etching the universal pattern. Did you know that? You do now. You do now. You're etching a universal pattern. Okay? You want to know what you look like? Don't look in the mirror. Look at that. Okay? Kind of an odd way to do it. And that's only two-dimensional, you know.
Yeah.
The way it is right now. Okay, now, watch this. One comes up, throws me a left punch. Okay. And I decide to hammer, okay? And as I hammer, this comes up. All right, so this is, what's the upper scale of an inward block? You have middle and what? Uppercase. The uppercase comes across and hits him, and the middle case hits him, right? Now, if he shot a straight left, lowercase, upper, and what? Shoot the other move. Okay, falls into place. That is no more than a what?
Rectangle. Diamond.
It's a rectangle this way, but to me it's a what? Okay, now, if you look up here, you guys, you see the diamond? You follow this, you see this spot here? What part of the arm is that?
center, that's uppercase.
nothing middle.
Lower.
They
Bang,
all,
bang, bang.
they all intercept these lines.
In the middle. You.
They all intercept it. That triangle will intercept anything that you have in that quadrant. Okay, got it? That makes sense?
Good.
Any questions so far? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're working from the middle, so we're saying we're in the middle of the universal pattern.
We could be, but see, the pattern is not unique to any one place at all. When you see a pattern, a universal pattern, you're defending yourself. This is the demarcation line right here. You're on this side, your opponent's on that side. Did you know that?
Say that again?
You see the line that goes through the center?
Yes, sir.
Line of demarcation? You're on this side right now, and your opponent's on the other side. You don't occupy the entire pattern. Okay? But you can. Okay. All right, now watch this. If he throws a right, left,
Oh, right left. Hooks or straights?
inward, outward. Okay, good. Perfect. Now, he shuffles in to hammer his nose. He can use a heel palm. Turn this way, okay? He can use a heel palm to reach it, right? And you can use this. Okay, but now I'm going to have him occupy the whole pattern. Okay, do your first move second. I get this one. 1, 2. Okay. Now, as you move, we're going to compound those three basics as he crosses over. Go. Oh. Now, because of the X, he's on both sides. You know, if I take him out of the picture, put your hands on your hips. Okay? Here's that line. Here's this line. Here's, okay? Back here. He's occupying that. That's why they call it the universal stance, because it occupies all of the 8 angles, including the 9th angle going through it. All 9 angles. What does that do for you? Okay, when you occupy a pattern like that. Give me a rest. We do this, right? And as I move, right? Okay, then everything else is opened up to me immediately. Because I'm one universal pattern. Okay? Everything opens up. All of the things that I couldn't get with a neutral stance is now offered to me by occupying, okay,
Yes, sir.
the complete pattern. You want to try that? Okay, now do it without the crossover. What happened?
You lost the ability to reach the diagonal. You got stuck in front of the side. When you're in the cross, you can go left, right. You can, if you're exit universal, you can hit all the lines.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, now, in answer to your question, thank you. Okay, as I move, I have so many areas where I'm getting power from. I can't name them.
But it's a rhythm with your movement throughout the universal pattern.
What I do is when I throw something into motion, okay, I don't need to backtrack to get it. I can shorten my circle. This is called travel. This is a little bit of travel. Okay? Now what I do is I set the energy in motion internally. And I let this stuff go. I let the extremes go. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So he's getting hit as if I was, see what I'm saying? Which is good, but it's block printing. You see what I'm saying? You can reach a point to where your action and your power, all four of those strikes that I put in here, including me, okay, was in one motion. It was like I had a machine gun. Hold the trigger once. And that's what I'm doing on this. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, you okay? You okay?
Sir.
All right.
Sir, is, when you roll this one, is it tightening up the circle? So your
Yes.
circles are large, they started large, and then they compressed into a smaller.
Yeah, and if you look at what I do, is I engage, you know, I expand and then I what?
Contract.
Contract. Okay? You breathe and you what? Now they finally found out that the universe is not expanding, but it's breathing. Okay? That's it. That's it. See, so it tells you what about the universe? It's alive. And it needs to what?
Breathe.
It needs to breathe. Cool. Is this boring or is this helpful?
Sir, it's awesome.
Huh? This is important because you have to find your relationship to what you're doing in this art. Okay? And why it makes you feel so good, and you become critical thinkers unknowingly, for many. And it's because geometrically you are placing your body and your mind in a universal conjunction where they all coexist. Okay? That's what you are. That's exactly what you are. Okay? Any questions about that? No.